Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is the fourth part of Spotify clone. So if you don't watch my previous video, please do that. Otherwise, you can't get it. So let's get back to the VS Code. So in previous video, we already create this, controller like update audio, get series list, get audio by ID, get audios, and toggle like audio and toggle bookmark audio. All right. So now, so as you guys know, my typing is very slow. So I just paste my code and then I explain line by line. And I will try to explain you how backend and frontend link each other and how they respond to each other. That is the main part of my video. So you can understand the fundamental things, or if you face any error, you can fix by yourself. All right. So and so if you don't know my platform, so I think we are building a audio streaming platform, right? It's similar to Spotify or YouTube type platform. So now let's understand this controller, right? So yeah, it's a update audio as a view, which means when a user watch or visit any document, okay. So I'll show you what I try to mean by that. So if someone watch this page, or maybe if they click this video, so I want to increase their ID, their user ID, which means I want to increase views. Okay, so here I don't see somebody any views. Okay, but if you want to, you can. Okay, so yeah, so that is the things I want to achieve. And so yeah, so first of all, we use so this is a function, and it's a asynchronous function, and we are passing a request and a response. I think you know. And then we are using try block, which means inside the try block, if the code is executed rightly or correctly, then it's run. Or if you see any error, this try block, uh, when while it's executing, then you can see the error in catch block. Right. So yeah, the first line is I'm just extracting audio ID from params. Right. And then second is I want to ensure who I want to make sure only authenticated user can increase the views. Yeah, it's your choice. If you want to, let's say like other platform. So if they visit their platform, or just if they see any audio or video, they increase their views. So in that way, you don't need to validate these things. But in this case, I want to. Okay, then I check. Now I'm checking the audio already been used by the current user or not, which means I can track this way. If current user already viewed that audio, so I don't need to increase another time, which means one current user can increase one views. So here I'm just checking. So yeah, so I'm using await because it's take time. That's why then I find out like the audio ID. Okay, then I assign that audio ID in audio. Now I'm checking with help of if statement, which means if the audio ID not exist, that means run this block of code. So which means that audio ID not exist. So for that, I can show this error or this message, 404, which means not found. I think as you know the all the error status code, and then the message is what is not found. And then after doing that, I can check another things viewed by current users. If that viewers, if that user already viewed that increase the viewership, which means if their ID already exists in that array. Just I want to show because let me show you the user model, the word view model. So guys, you can see the view by who view. Okay, so here also I track, and yeah, right. So I think you can understand. I also track this the user ID and timestamp, and then views count. So yeah, you can do as well. So that is the thing. I'm just achieving. Okay, so I'm just trying to ensure with this with yeah with this code. So what you dot view by so that thing. So this is the audio schema. So inside our audio schema we have this this field viewed by. Okay, so yeah, so this view by this view by same, right? And then I'm using some method. So what some method does? So he figure out some figure out the similar a similar things exist or not. So in this case, I'm just figuring out user ID and it's a current user ID. Okay, so this user ID, it's a current user ID, and this user ID is inside the audio document. If both current user ID, like who are visiting that video, and then and already who have user ID in that audio. If they are same, that means that current user already visit that video or audio. So yeah, that is the things I'm just trying to validate, and then after that I'm just providing the message or yeah. So here just this viewed by current user ID will be true or false, which means sum can return true or false. Okay, so that's using sum. So let's say if viewed by current user does not exist, that means the user don't visit that audio. So in this case, I can add their user ID into that field. So that is the code is all about. So I'm just checking, I'm just find by ID and update. Okay, so I both. First I find that audio ID, this is the audio ID, and then I add the user ID inside the viewed field, and then I increase view count, right? And this is the view count field you can see here. This is the view count field, and this is the view by. Okay, or and then I populate author and who if I want to populate, then I can. But yeah, that's why instantly I populate, and then I return the after adding the view shift, then I can return this thing. Yeah, what do you update as a view? Uh, I can only it's useful for debugging, so you can check so you will see the message on frontend if you want to see. Okay, and then if the user is already watch or listen, that means this code will be run, which means it's true. If it's true, then run this code because I'm using operator, right? It's a negative operator, which means it is check false or right. So I just flip these things. Again, so if the user is already visit or watch, that means this block of code will run. which means audio has already been viewed by the current user. So I have to return the message. Audio already viewed by the users, right? And then catch. If inside try block, if any block of code not executed, which means this code will run. Like yeah. So I saw the internal 500 and status code with message false and then error. This is the update. This is the update audio as viewed, right? And then second is increase audio view count. So if you want to further increase this, so you can, or I think you don't need to nowadays. So for now in basic in basic project, but in production level project you want to ensure separately everything. That's all. So it's very similar to update audio. Okay, so yeah, and increase audio view count. So yeah, which means so similarly inside the tribe block, I'm just ensuring audio. In this case, valid. I'm not trying to validate the authenticate users. As I told you, is that if you want to validate the authenticate users, which means authenticate user can only increase the viewership. But if you don't want to, let's say you want to allow anybody, if they visit that particular audio, particular video, you can increase the viewership, right? So yeah, that is the things I'm doing here. So first I just extracting the audio ID from params, request to params. Then I validate audio, if audio exists or not. So I find the audio with help of this audio ID, and then if audio is not exist, I message audio not found. After that, I'm also update that audio, right? So I use find by ID and update method, and then I find audio ID, and then if I find the audio ID, then I increase view count 1, and then I provide true, because MongoDB don't know, so we have to say, hey man, like this is the viewership is increased instantly and now, so it's a new viewership, so we have to say that, we have to tell that, right? And so I also populate who watched that video. If you want to track, so you can track this way, and then I message true 200 message, which means audio update as a viewed, and then I provide audio. So I sending to the front end this audio, entire audio, and then it's a catch block. So I think guys you understand uh, of these two controller. What do this controller? Okay, so first controller is checking authenticate users, if authenticate user can increase or not. So with this controller, yeah, you can, but for this controller you can't. Yeah, for this controller you can't, but for this controller increase audio view you can. Okay, so and then delete audio, which means every platform you can delete. If you let's say you are a creator, so you can delete your a video or audio, whatever it is. So here we are working with audio, so that's why so as a creator I want to delete my video or audio. So yeah, similarly we are using try block. So yeah, so we also extracting audio ID and user ID, because I want to make sure that audio is belong to you. So without login users, how we can delete it? So yeah, that's the thing. And this block I also check user not user is exist or not. So if user did not exist, that means I should provide this message, and this message is unauthorized, user not found. And then I'm just finding that audio. So I use find by ID, and this audio I already extract from request params, and then I assign this audio variable, right? And if this audio is it's not exist, then I should provide the audio you are trying to delete does not exist. It's a 404 status code, right? This block code, valid that audio is not. And then after that, I'm also trying, I'm also valid the user action, which means who are trying to delete, if that video belongs to them or not. If particular video belongs to them, that means they are allowed to delete their own video or own audio, right? So in this code, I'm just trying to validate. So this audio author. So this author means if you see the audio model, we can see the author. This author. So in this audio schema or audio document, so I reference users, which means who belongs to the audio. So here, and I use to string because I want to make sure it's a string, right? So and this user ID is coming from the middlewares. So both user ID, I'm just trying to if they are not equal, that means run this block of code. That means unauthorized access. So you will not belong to this audio. Or if both are equal, that means yeah, this audio is belong to them. That is the thing. So this is the first step. Delete file from Cloudinary, which means so you can see all the so you are so when you upload video, so you are providing the all the metadata like title, description, and also the audio file and also the image, right? So we are storing like we stored all the file and an image in this project in Cloudinary. Okay, so first of all we have to delete from Cloudinary. So that is the thing. So we are deleting. So we figure out audio thumbnail and then we are deleting from Cloudinary. We have to create this uh, function like utility function. Okay, don't worry, I will create very soon. And then audio URL. First in this block of code we are deleting the thumbnail URL and then here audio URL, right? Audio.thumbnail and audio URL. And then step 2, remove audio from series list. So if you watch my previous video, you can understand every audio also. So you can see every audio I added to any series. That means series audio also belongs to that series, right? So all the audio as associate with a particular series. So we have to remove from that series if you want to delete that particular audio. Otherwise, let's say from this audio document the audio is gone, but from that series document audio ID will exist. So like you can see the code will be crash, right? And you can see, man, there is ID, but that particular audio is not playing because on audio document it's not exist. That is the thing. We have to make sure from every angle, right? So yeah. So step 2, I'm just deleting from series. So this is the very in this block of code I'm trying if audio.series ID exists. So run this entire code. What? Run this entire code. If audio series exists, first what I can do, I use await, which means it takes time, and then series list. So inside series document, I'm just I'm finding, yeah, like I'm finding audio series ID. If that audio series ID exists inside that series, that means I have to pull. This is the pull operator. It's removed from that episode. From that episode field, the audio ID. I can see. Let me show you the series. You can see episode field. Inside episode field, we are refer audio. So that is the thing, right? So here just I pull audio ID from that episode field. For and then also after that, I'm checking if the series is now empty. If the series is empty, so I'm finding that things and then I assign this update series variable. Then I'm just then after that I'm updating that series. How update series is empty and then update series of episode this 0. That means that series is 0. So which means delete cover image from Cloudinary if needed. So when we let's say we have one series. Inside the series we have 3 or 4 episode. Okay, so we provide first episode. Let's say when you upload a series, you provide a cover image. Okay, but let's say there is no episode anymore inside the series. We have to delete that cover. Okay, that cover image. That is the things we are here doing. So it's optional. If the video length is, if the audio document is not exist entirely, that means there is no audio anymore in that particular series. Here, so when this code will be run, that's why we are make sure 2 things. Update series if empty, and then if no length, if and then if the episode length is 0, then run this code. So update series cover URL and then delete from these things. And then also audio, then also series ID. I think guys you understand. And this block of code, so this is from Cloudinary. So we are deleting from Cloudinary all the image and files, right? Then step 3, delete audio document. So we delete all the things from series. Now we have to delete from audio document. So we are finding find by id dot delete audio id. So here I so now we have to delete audio from audio document. So because we already delete from series. Now we have to from audio document, right? So we are find. So we are using find by id and delete. So we use audio id and then we find the audio inside the audio document, right? And then we are deleting, and then we are sending the message to front end audio and associate delete successfully. It's a 200 status code, and then we are providing audio ID, entire audio ID. And then similarly, the block of code, if inside the try, if the code is not executed rightly or correctly, then this code will be run. So now I think guys you remember this catch block code, because we are using this same thing, right? And yeah, so this is all about delete audio. Now the next is edit audio. So every platform allows their users or creator to edit the thumbnail URL, title, maybe description, right? So here also I am also allowing users or creator to do that. So same things, we are extracting body ID from a request.params, and then also user ID from middlewares, and then I'm just validate the authenticate users. If user is not authenticate, so that means I can find user not found, right? And also similarly audio. If audio ID exists in the audio document, then I assign here. So after that, I'm checking audio exists or not. If not, then I provide the audio you are trying to update does not exist, right? So it's a 404 status code. So, and after that, I'm also trying same things, in previous, delete audio, same code. We also are trying to validate, like, if you are delete this particular audio, are you owner of this audio or are you author of this audio? So similarly here, if you want to edit your document, so you have to be the owner of this audio. So here I'm just validate, or here I just compare. So I'm using toString, which means both ID, it should be string. So this audio author from audio document, and this users uh, came from params, right? Which is a frontend. And then if they are not equal, so unauthorized action. That means, so it's not from your, it's not belong to you. And then after that, I am just extracting series ID and series from request body, and then also thumbnail image, audio file, cover image from request file, and then here I'm creating a dynamic object from request body. So this is the update data. First I initialize, and then it's an array field, then tags. Like it's defined, it should be array. So here I also mix you. Then object key, which means everything I can dynamically delete. Let's say if I want to if I want to update particular titles, so I can maybe tags, speaker, whatever it is. So this block of code is all about, you can dynamically update. That is the thing. Object, it's a method, like, yeah, and then keys, where you return the name of, yeah, and then request body, and then for each. So yeah, I'm going to iterate, and this block of code will run if, yeah, and then if key is equal to not series, and key is equal to not series ID, then run this block of code value request body key, and then inside this there is another if state array field that includes key, and then type value is string, and value that include comma, and then and after that also update key value split a map string. That means I want to, here I want to split the all the string, all the ID, all the dynamic uh, information from frontend. Then else I'm just checking the string, right? So yeah, this code is all about dynamics data. And then after that, I replace thumbnail if new upload. So let's say on existing document, if I want to add another, so my previous document will be replaced. So that is the code is this code is all about. Thumbnail image, if thumbnail image is provided, this code will be run. So inside if there is another if else statement, audio thumbnail, and then run these things. Delete from cloud audio thumbnail and then image, and then thumbnail upload, upload cloudinary thumbnail path, and this update thumbnail, and then after that I update this secure URL inside update data, right? And then so this is all about thumbnail. After that I have to replace the audio. Actually, most of the platforms don't allow creator to change their video, but here I'm just doing it. Yeah, because it's a like it's a project. Yeah, it's not a production level project. That's why. And then audio file. If audio file exists, then audio URL I can delete from there. And then I also assigned upload cloudinary audio file. Then I'm extracting that audio file from that front end, and then I assign audio upload. And folder is audio file. Resource type is video, because inside cloudinary video and audio is as a video type. And then also I assign this secure URL inside this update data audio URL. And then after that I'm handling the series logic. So first I initialize create series null, then if I final series ID audio dot series ID, and I assign to this variable final series ID, and then I'm checking series ID and series. If exist, run this block of code. So first I parse the series, which means whatever the data is coming from frontend, I want to make sure it become the JSON. So I parse this all the object into JSON, right? So that is the code. I think I see I already explained to you the previous when I upload something. Okay, so in that controllers, similar things also doing here. And then series update. So here also I'm create a here also I'm creating a series update document. Right. So yeah, parts title description, parts series dot description, and then also I'm deleting cover image. Let old cover image exists. If cover image is provided new cover image, then delete from series list document. So yeah, I'm finding series ID inside series list document, and then if series ID exists, cover, then delete from that. Or if I get new, then update that. So upload cloudinary, okay, and then assign this secure URL inside that series update variable. Then now after doing all the things, deleting, uploading, then I have to create. I have to update the series list, because MongoDB doesn't know. We have to tell them. We have to tell him, hey man, I'm just now I want you to update that thing. So yeah, and update that existing series. So I'm finding with help of the series ID, and then I set the series ID inside the series. Okay. So and then I provide the true, and then the final series ID is equal to series ID. So if this code exists, it's the else if. So from here, so cover images exist, they run this entire code. If not, they run this thing. Series ID, if series ID not exist, another else if run or then these things. Say if series ID not exist, but series ID exists, then you create new series. If cover image not exist, then create cover image. Cover image is required to create a new series. So let's say if you work on new series, then you have to provide the cover image. After that, you have to upload cloudinary. Okay, and then you have to also parse similar things, and then you have to create the document, create series, and then parse title, parse description, cover upload secure URL, then user ID, and then final create series.id, I'm here just assign this final series ID variable, and also after that, else if series ID is not equal to audio series ID is string, let me run this code, switch to different existing series. So yeah, audio.series ID, then if it exists, then provide series ID, then find then audio series ID, and then remove from episode audio ID, and then final series is equal to series ID, right? Then this final ID, I'm checking update data, and then update data series ID, final series ID. I think guys you can get it this if you don't get it. So I provide this entire code. You can play with any AI tools so you can understand. And I think if you watch my previous video, all the video, then you can connect what I'm trying to say. Because previous video I explained all the things how series and audio document link each other and how you can play with that. So if you can't get it, please watch my previous video. Because now I can feel it is very difficult, but it's not difficult. I already explained to that video how that code, how upload audio, and series is working. So yeah, and then I have to final update audio. So I find the audio and then I update, and then I provide true. Then I also provide author name profile image, and then add audio to new or update series. So if final series is there and audio ID not, and finally if not audio series you see, then run this code. Series find by ID update final series ID. And then this I add audio ID inside the episode. Right. So this is my entire code. If you don't get it, please watch again. So after that I provide 200 message audio update successfully, and then I provide audio document and then series document, okay, to frontend, and then it's a catch block. This is the edit controller. I think it's a huge controller, man. Yeah, I think so far edit audio, big controller, I can say. And then let's say add comment audio, right? So here what we are doing, we are just it's a comment on audio. So we are allowing user to comment on any document, audio document. So first we are going to extract the user ID and then the audio ID from params. And then we are extracting content from body. Then we are valid user ID. And then also we valid the comment content. So if content is not exist, type is string, and so then run this code. So we want to make sure we are getting content from frontend. If not, then yeah, because you cannot provide empty things from that comment box. You have to provide at least any character, right? That is the things we are validating here, and then we are finding that particular audio. So with help of audio ID. So this audio ID comes from a request params, and then we assign this audio. Audio is not exist, provide this message. Audio not found, and then we are creating and saving the format. We are creating the instant object instance. So yeah, first we are assign content. Inside the content, we are using trim method, which means we want to trim if there is space. So we want to we want to close them to yeah, and then user ID inside author, and then audio ID inside audio. So here we link to comment ID, and then after that we have to set that new comment, okay, inside the database. After that, we're adding a comment to comments array. So you can see we have these models. Inside comment schema we have content, author, audio, right? So you can see here. Okay, here you are pushing that comment into audio documents and that comment document. So yeah, audio.comments if empty means your comment array exists. And then after that we push new comment ID inside that comment field inside the audio document, and then we are saving it. Yeah. After that we are populate details. So we are find by ID, new comment ID, then we populate author, name, profile image, and then after that we are sending the, the successful message to on comment added successfully. Then we are also assigned the populate comment inside comment. So we are sending to frontend, so where you can access this entire comment ID or comment document, and this is the catch block. So guys, this is my entire audio controller, right? This is my entire audio controller. So yeah, we already finished our user controller and then audio controller. Now we are going to work front end. But before working on front end, we have to create, you know, um, we have to create routers. So now we already finished the audio controller. Now we should create the audio router. So you can see we have user router. Now audio router. We have to create. So this is my audio router. So here we import express, alter, storage, is login. Right. So it's a middleware. Yeah. And then you also import all the upload, get series, get audio by ID, toggle like audio, and all the controller, and then from this file, and then also import a router from router, and then here we maintaining the site. So upload, it should be maximum 500 MB. Okay, so you can upload, you can increase more than 500 MB. Okay, so here Malta is handling, and then fast controller is my fast controller is upload. Okay, upload. So yeah, this is the first controller upload, and the route is slash, and we are using middleware is login, which means if you cannot log in user, or if you are not authentic user, you cannot upload anything. So here there is a three field. First is thumbnail image, maximum I upload one, then cover image one, then audio file one, and this is the controller. And after that we are extracting, we are fetching the data. That's why we are using a get, right? So yeah, so slash series, and this is anybody can see that get series. Okay, so here we are not using login middlewares, and then get audio. We have to, I think we change the name. So get audio, get audio. Yeah, then third router is get audio. That means you can see all the audios. So here I'm not using login controller. And then fourth is Similarly, get also all the, so you can see here uh, all the videos, audios. Here also particular videos. So I also, yeah, and then I use audio ID. That means you can navigate a particular with help of audio, right? And then I provide, then it's a live controller. That means if you do not login users, you cannot live. So this is the route, put route. So I'm using put. Then also put in a bookmark. So you have to be a login, and then also viewed, like it's a login, and then also put without authentic users you can reach. So this is the route. And then also using put, it's a for edit audio. So yeah, the router is clone audio ID, login, and then thumbnail same thumbnail image, cover image, audio image. Then delete. You have to be login, otherwise you can't. And also you have to log in order to put comments. So here I use delete, then post, audio ID, comment. Right? This is the entire uh, audio route. This is the entire audio route, and let's see app. So audio router. But guys, I want to, because I told you we have this one helper upload Cloudinary. We have to create the delete audio Cloudinary. Okay. So this is the upload to Cloudinary. And now we have to create delete Cloudinary. So yeah, so we are importing Cloudinary from this file, this folder, this file, and then we are providing delete from Cloudinary a function. So it's a file URL, resource type, image, and then yeah, if file is exist, if file is not exist, through the error, file URL is referred for deletion, and then URL part. So here we are getting URL from file URL, and then path name, URL parts from path name, and then yeah, and then yeah, so like it's a it's a Cloudinary code. Okay, so you can ask ChatGPT or anything, and yeah, public ID with extension, the path name, then substring. You also getting from upload, and then remove version folder like this, replace folder name, and then also we remove the file extension this, and then we call uh, yeah, if you want to destroy that particular file or image, so we are using destroy. It's a ordinary method, and then public ID, and then this is type. Then we are assign we are return result, and this is a cat block. You can see the code file, nothing special. Now you can see we already have apps. Inside apps we've already assigned. Now we are running the code. Let's see error we can fix. Now you can see the code is running good. Okay, there is no error. So for now this video is all about, and next video we are going to work with front end. So thank you so much.